Okay.
Hello, it's T.A. Walker and Stephanie Susskind, and we are outside the gates of Universal Studios. Now, we know a lot of you may not be ready to come out of your house or go to a theme park, but there's a group that definitely is.
That's for sure. In fact, I spoke to a couple who already came yesterday from South Florida to enjoy the annual pass holder event that was happening.
So we're going to take you through and show you what social distancing measures they have in place here at Universal Studios. Okay, so we're about to go through security, and they're taking our temperature to make sure we don't have a fever. And they're wearing face mask and protective gear. Probably have to take off my hat, right?
Can I record you doing this? Is that okay?
I'm going to take yours one more time. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Look to your forehead. Thank you.
Okay, so the park's opening, and we can see guests starting to come in. Thank you. Inside the theme park, they're asking everybody to wear masks. Their employees are wearing masks, and all the people inside the theme park are wearing masks.
Yep, and we are actually, before the park actually opens, these are kind of the special hours for some people, and there's already people in the park.
Yep, so we're in the Today Show Cafe, and they just revealed how they're doing some of their socially distancing protocols here in Today Show Cafe. You'll notice that there's the normal 6 feet markers apart from each other in lines. They have also increased Purell sanitizer right when you get in. And they've started something that I thought was interesting. If you download the Universal Orlando Resort app, you can pre-order your, say, coffee or what have you, and then sit down at a table and they'll bring it to you, so it takes a touch point away.
Yeah, so you can just mobile order. You don't even have to interact with anyone. Sit down, they'll bring you your food. They also have disposable menus that they're offering, and just different ways to kind of eliminate some of the interaction to make people feel more comfortable.
And they're also taking touchless payments like Apple Pay and some of the others. So,
First day they're open, tell me why you guys wanted to make the trip up here.
Because we missed it. It's been a long time since we've been back here.
And how are you feeling? I know you just got here, but how are you feeling so far?
So far, good. They're very organized. I think someone put it best when we were reading that it's more organized than Publix.
Anything that made you, apprehensive about coming up?
The crowds. Just making sure that everybody is doing what they're supposed to do and agreeing to do what they're supposed to do.
how often do you guys come up to Universal usually?
Once a month.
Yeah.
Are you pass holders?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's been 3 months since you've been able to be here. Is it kind of a euphoric sensation, or?
Yeah, I almost wanted to cry when I came in.
So it feels good to be here, huh?
Yeah.
Does it give you like kind of a little bit of that normalcy back?
Yes. Yes. Even though a lot of people are still looking at us side eye because we're coming here, but it definitely feels better coming back here and getting life back to normal.
And how about for you, miss? You must be pretty happy. How old are you?
13.
13, and what's your name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer. Happy to be back at Universal?
Yes.
What are you most excited to do today?
Probably ride on all the rides.
Is it weird to keep your mask on at all times?
Yes.
How does it feel?
It's a little uncomfortable.
Yeah. Cool. So as you can see behind me, Hello Kitty is up and away.
Yes.
That's how they're going to do their meet and greets now at Universal Studios Orlando. And so there's a gentleman there in a green shirt, and his job is to make sure everybody is following the social distancing guidelines.
So you can stand out in front, you can take a selfie, you can have someone take a picture of you, just distanced with that character.
Hey guys.
So we just got our 3D glasses for the Transformer ride, and the team member handed them to us instead of us picking them out ourselves. They also sanitized our hands before we got the glasses, and you can see behind us they're spacing everyone out. They're not filling up every row on the ride. Thanks, Bob.
So Stephanie Susskind and I just rode Transformer the Ride 3D, and there were some changes. There's no more single rider line. That's because they're socially distancing people on the ride.
Yes, and it was a great ride, but you do wear 3D glasses, and those of you who wear glasses, you know what happens with your glasses and your mask.
It fogs up.
It fogs up a little bit, but it took them off real quick, wiped them off,
and it went
we were
away.
Good to go. Many people, of course, eager to get back to the rides here at Universal Studios. So you can see over here there are markers on the ground for social distancing. Once you get inside, you can see hand sanitizer. They're also not loading their rides to full capacity. Uh-oh, I can't get everybody in. Stephanie.
Hi, Brianna.
Nice to meet you. We're with WPTV in West Palm Beach.
Okay.
Where are you guys from?
Ohio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so tell me why you wanted to come here first day Universal's back open.
Oh, why not? We already had a vacation kind of planned. We didn't have it planned to come here, but 35% capacity. We figured it shouldn't be too bad, and I guess get back into the new norm of things.
Did you guys fly down from Ohio?
We didn't. We drove.
Wow.
Yeah.
And have you been to the park before?
We have not. This is our first time.
How are you feeling so far?
Doing good. We got a big group, but we've only been on one little ride, but we're working our way around the park. Rain's holding out, so.
Tell me about the selfie with the trolls. What was that like?
Yeah, pretty cool. My kids love trolls.
It's a little different than what you're used to, right?
It is. I bet they want like hugs and high fives, but it is what it is.
How do you feel about the precautions they have in place here?
Good. I nurse at a hospital, so the hand washing and the precautions that are taken, 6 feet distance and stuff like that. It's good. And I've seen a lot of cleaning. They're cleaning down the rails, they're cleaning down the rides, counters, high touch surface areas. So I feel really comfortable bringing my kids here.
You
Good.
said you're a nurse in a hospital. This must be a much needed break for you.
Absolutely.
Tell me about that relief you're
Yeah,
feeling.
my son too. We work all the time, so it's been pretty busy. And actually, some of the local hospitals have actually furloughed people just because people aren't going, and understandably. But it's kind of an ironic situation in a pandemic,
So at Universal Studios in Orlando, some of the character meet and greets are still happening, but at a distance. Now,
There they are. Hi, guys.
hi guys. Now you can take your picture, and if you're away from another person and that's not in your party, you're allowed to take your mask off for that selfie. Also, not happening are parades and nighttime entertainment.
Yeah, so they're really trying to keep the characters out and about a little bit more often so people can see them, can do those socially distant waves and air hugs and get that interaction they may be missing.
Now, Stephanie, if you're like me, I need a little break from wearing this mask full time.
Yeah, and there's actually a couple spaces you can do that. You look for the You Rest areas. There's signs just like that. There's 2 here at Universal Studios, 2 at Islands of Adventure, 1 in City Walk, and you can actually remove your mask as long as you're 6 feet away from everyone else.
And I'm going to do that from you now. All right, T.A. Walker, Stephanie Susskane in Orlando at Universal.